All right, let's dive in. Back in time today. Ancient Babylon. The richest man in Babylon.
Ooh, sounds intriguing.
Yeah, right? This book, it's all parables, like financial fables, Timeless advice on building wealth, stuff that's relevant even now.
I like that timeless wisdom kind of thing.
Exactly. We're going to learn from Arkad himself,
Wait, Arkad? Like, the richest man in Babylon.
the one and only. He's sharing his secrets. How to make your money work for you, not the other way around.
I mean, who wouldn't want to know that? Sign me up.
Plus, we'll be busting some myths, like the whole hard work versus luck thing.
That's always a debate.
Right. But when it comes to financial success, they're more connected than you think. But first, let's jump right into the heart of it.
Okay, lay it on me.
One of the first things Arkad teaches, a part of all you earn is yours to keep.
Sounds simple enough.
You'd think, right. But how many of us actually do that?
I know I struggle with that. Saving is hard.
And Clason, the author, he really drives that home. He's got this analogy about money tucked under a mattress.
Like just sitting there, not doing much.
Exactly. It's not growing. It's just, there,
Uh,
potentially losing value.
Yikes. So saving is important, but there's more to it.
Right. You can't just hoard it. It needs to work for you. That's where wise investment comes in. And Clason, he warns against blindly trusting anyone who promises to make you rich quick.
Ooh, good point. Those get-rich-quick schemes always sound a little too good to be true.
Exactly. Remember the lumberjack and the diamonds?
Oh, yeah. Just because someone's great at chopping wood doesn't mean they know how to handle precious gems.
Right. You wouldn't trust them to trade diamonds for you, would you?
Not a chance. Makes you think, where else am I making that kind of mistake?
That's the question. Maybe time to assess those investments. See if they're really with the right people, the ones who know what they're doing.
Makes sense. But how do you even know who to trust? Finance can be so confusing.
Well, that brings us to another crucial lesson from the book. It's okay to admit what you don't know.
Oh, like playing dumb.
No. More like acknowledging the gaps in your knowledge. Socrates, he said it best. I know that I know nothing.
Deep.
Right. And Clason, he applies this to finances. Like, he points out how many of us might struggle with basic financial formulas. And that's okay.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was the only one.
You're definitely not alone. But the danger is not recognizing these gaps. And then, boom, you make costly mistakes. Think subprime mortgage crisis.
People investing without understanding the risks.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to learn more. What are some areas of finance, that you're curious about?
Ooh, good question, honestly. I've always been a bit intimidated by the stock market. Seems like a whole other language.
It can feel that way. But that's the beauty of it. There's always something new to learn.
I guess you're right. It's about that continuous journey you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. And speaking of journeys, Clason makes this great distinction between making money and attaining wealth. Like, are you working for your income? Or is your money working for you?
Whoa. Mind blown. Never thought of it like that.
Right. It's a big shift. And it's about building something that generates income even without you constantly working. Passive income.
Passive income, huh? Sounds like the dream.
It is. And it all starts with saving and investing wisely. So tell me, what are some ways you think you could make your money work harder for you?
Well, now I'm thinking maybe I need to look into some long-term investment options. Real estate, maybe?
That's a great example. A rental property, for instance. You put in the initial work and then it generates a steady income stream.
Wow. See, this is why I love these deep dives. It's about opening up those possibilities,
Totally agree. And it all goes back to that core principle. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. That saved portion. That's the seed for all those long-term investments.
Seeds of wealth. I like it.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the more you nurture them, the more they'll grow.
Now, to really make that money grow, we got to talk about compound interest.
Oh, yeah, compound interest. Eighth wonder of the world, right?
That's the one. But I'll be honest, it always seems kind of, I don't know, like a magic trick to me.
I feel like something only financial wizards understand.
Clason actually explains it really well. He compares money to any other resource, like your employees or the stuff you need for your business.
Okay, I'm following so far.
So you pay wages, or you buy materials, right? Well, you can also pay your money to work for you.
Wait, so interest is like the salary we pay our money to make more money.
Exactly. And then compound interest, that's where things get really exciting.
It's like interest on your interest, right?
You got it.
Yeah.
Imagine, say, you invest $500 each month, starting young, like 25, at an average return of 7% by the time you retire.
Let me guess, you're a millionaire.
More than $1 million, actually. That's the magic of compound interest. It's your money working for you nonstop, and it just gets better and better over time.
$1 million just from putting away $500 a month. That's wild.
Really shows you the power of consistency, right? And starting early. Let that money compound over years and years.
Definitely makes me want to reevaluate my savings plan. But hey, the richest man in Babylon isn't all about numbers and investments, is it? There's that whole thing about luck.
Ah, yes. The idea that you can create your own luck.
I love that concept.
It challenges that idea of luck just being random,
Oh,
Clason, he says true luck comes from effort, being prepared, and spotting opportunities.
like that saying, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Exactly. He uses this analogy. A tennis player wins a match because of a lucky net shot.
But they only got that lucky shot because of hours and hours of practice, right?
Exactly. They honed their skills. They were ready for anything. That's what allowed them to take advantage of that lucky bounce.
So it's about separating chance, those random things, from true luck, the kind you build through hard work.
You got it. Remember that entrepreneur we talked about, the one who got lucky with the 3D television thing?
Oh, yeah. The one who was researching trends way before 3D TVs were even a thing.
She spotted that opportunity early on, and she was prepared to jump on it. That's where her luck came from.
Not just some random stroke of good fortune. It was her hard work, her smarts, and being proactive.
So don't just sit around waiting for good luck to strike. Get out there, find the opportunities you're passionate about.
Create your own luck. I love it. Okay, so we've covered saving, investing wisely, compound interest, even making your own luck. But what about, the flip side? Avoiding financial disaster.
Ah, yes, that's just as important. Clason spends a good chunk of the book talking about making smart financial decisions and understanding the dangers of debt.
Because debt can be a slippery slope.
That's an understatement. It can be a real drag, not just for individuals, but for entire economies even.
He paints a pretty clear picture of that. Someone buys a fancy car they can't really afford, ends up drowning in loan payments.
We've all seen it happen, right? You get caught up in wanting things, maybe you forget about the long-term consequences. Clason reminds us, real wealth isn't about flashy stuff. It's about building a solid future.
And remember, he talks about Greece's debt crisis.
Oof, yeah. That was rough.
It wasn't just people overspending, it was a whole country. So deep in debt, they couldn't even invest in themselves anymore.
Makes you think, right? It's not just about personal well-being, responsible money choices. It affects everyone.
So how do we take these lessons and actually use them? Like, when I'm about to buy something on impulse, how can I make a smarter choice?
Well, remember that key phrase. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. When you prioritize saving and investing, that gives you a cushion. You're ready for surprise expenses, and you can grab opportunities when they come up.
It's like changing your whole mindset. Not about spending impulsively, but being intentional with your money.
You got it. And it starts with asking yourself the tough questions. Do I really need this? Can I afford it without messing up my long-term goals?
It's not about depriving yourself, it's about making choices that match your values, right?
Exactly. The richest man in Babylon reminds us, true wealth isn't about stuff. It's about freedom and security.
And feeling in control of your own finances.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's about building a life where you're the one calling the shots.
It's empowering, right? Not being stressed about money all the time.
Huge weight off your shoulders. You're free to focus on the things that really matter.
Exactly. And it makes me think about what you said earlier, expanding our idea of wealth beyond just dollars and cents.
Ah, yes. The richest man in Babylon. It's all about financial smarts. But it also makes you think, what does it really mean to be wealthy?
Right. It's more than just money in the bank.
Exactly. Sure, financial security is important, but what about your time, your knowledge, your relationships? Those are valuable too.
So true. Like sometimes you chase all this stuff, but it doesn't really make you happy.
It's fleeting. True wealth, I think, it comes from investing in experiences, building strong relationships, growing as a person.
Beautifully said. It's like instead of buying that fancy gadget, maybe you invest in learning a new skill, or spend quality time with loved ones, or pursue a passion project.
Those are investments that pay off in ways money can't buy.
They enrich your life, make it more meaningful, and it all comes down to choices, right? How are you spending your resources? Not just money, but your time and energy.
Are you putting those resources towards things that truly matter to you? Things that align with your values?
It's a constant process of checking in, making sure you're on the right track. Maybe The Richest Man in Babylon is really about becoming wealthy in every area of life, not just financially.
I think so. It's about finding that balance. Financial security, that gives you the foundation, But then you build on that. You create a life full of purpose, joy, connection.
That's the true definition of abundance. Not just a fat bank account, but a rich, fulfilling life.
Exactly. And that's something we all have the power to create.
So, wrapping up our deep dive into The Richest Man in Babylon, I feel inspired, honestly, ready to build that kind of life full of abundance in every sense of the word.
I hope you feel inspired too. Take those lessons from ancient Babylon, that timeless wisdom, and use it to craft a life you love. A life that's rich in experiences, relationships, and true fulfillment.
Thanks for joining us on this journey. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.